Hey, bold new builders. In today's episode, I want to talk about bugs and new feature requests. And this is something that is incredibly important when you are in the world of product management and product development, because it is that type of feedback that allows the product teams, the development teams, to continuously improve and enhance a product. And in this case, the product is bolt new. Now, obviously, nobody knows more about the product than the users of the product. So people like you and people like me. And that's why reporting and raising a ticket every single time you have an idea of how to make bolt new better, or you find that something is not working and there's like an error, a bug, an issue, that you raise a ticket for that as well, so that it gets fixed, it gets tracked, it gets reported on. And StackBlitz has set up in GitHub a way for you to do this. I think a lot of people are already aware of this, but what I'm seeing a lot of times is that people, whinge about an error or an issue on X or on Reddit or wherever, but they are not actually raising a ticket. I'm not saying everyone, of course. There are some people that are raising tickets every time they have a bug or they have an idea. And if you're one of those people, I of course commend you. I congratulate you. That's great. Thank you so much for helping us make Bolt New better. And if you're not one of these people and you're actually just randomly writing stuff on the internet or on X or on Reddit or wherever, but you're not raising tickets, I want to encourage you today that you actually raise the tickets in GitHub. And the fastest way to do this, by the way, is just go to boltnew.dev, boltnew.dev, which is the Bolt New hub for builders. And there you're going to see a tile that says report a bug. And then you're going to see a tile there that says feature request. And if you click on those tiles, you're going to be taken to, the links that, the official StackBlitz links for raising a ticket for a bug and raising a ticket for a feature request. And like I said, if you do that, then that's going to fall and go into the queue for StackBlitz. And someone in the StackBlitz team will eventually look at that and work on that, or at least analyze it and give you some feedback. And I have seen them do this many times where I've actually raised, a feature request or a bug, and they have actually responded. So they do look at that, they do respond to that, they do track it, they do measure it, and they do, consider it as part of their workflow and as part of the work that they do. So this is something that you can do, because we're all contributing and we're all adding our 2 cents to make Bolt New better. And this is one of the most important things you can do to make Bolt New better. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you can't, post stuff on X or on Reddit or whinge or whatever it is that you want to do. That's okay if you want to do that. But what I'm saying to you is, if you actually want to contribute to providing meaningful change, and if you want to be constructive, and if you want to actually get feedback every time, on something that you've reported, and you want StackBlitz to actually take a look and review what you reported, the best way to do that is to, raise a bug or raise a feature request in GitHub. And like I mentioned, the fastest way to do that, so I don't tell you this super long URL to get there, is just go to boltnew.dev and then click on the tiles for report a bug or new feature request, and that will take you to where you need to go to do this. And it's as simple as that. It is very easy. And if you haven't actually seen this or haven't actually done that, it's kind of like filling out a form. But the form is actually sitting in GitHub, and it is very easy to do because it'll just ask you like a title, a description. You can attach also, screenshots or pictures or images of the bug or of the idea if you have an idea. And this can help the StackBlitz team understand the context of what happened or what you're proposing. And yeah, it just makes things easier for them. So that's also another thing, by the way, I recommend. If you find a bug, make sure you take screenshots, make sure you note down as much information about what was happening, what was the environment you were working in when the issue happened, etc. Because that will help the StackBlitz team narrow down and pinpoint the root cause of the issue, so they can fix it, right? And obviously it's a lot easier when you can, showcase someone an issue with a photo, with a screenshot, or with a video, if you can do a video recording or a screen recording on your phone or on your computer, wherever you're working, that's great. Even easier, even easier for the StackBlitz team to understand the context. Now, remember that if you don't actually take a screenshot or a video recording or anything like that, it is going to be harder for the StackBlitz team to understand what was going through your mind when you reported the bug or the feature or the new feature request, right? Because you might yourself also forget, like if you raise a ticket or report something, but you actually don't look at it, let's say for a month or 2 months, if you actually don't have a proper description and if you don't have a proper, context, like with screenshots of what happened, then you might not even fully remember what the issue was, or you might remember bits and pieces of it, but not the whole thing. So that's why I'm encouraging you today, not only to report things, but also to give as much context and as much information as you can to the StackBlitz team, so that they can actually look at the bug in more detail. So if, for example, you're working on a laptop, just say I'm working on a laptop, it was a Mac laptop, I was using Firefox or Brave or whatever it is that you were using, give them as much information as you can, because that will help them, like I mentioned, narrow down and pinpoint the root cause of the issue so that they can resolve it. That's obviously, of course, when we're talking about issues. On the other hand of the spectrum, if you're actually now suggesting an improvement, a new feature request, something new that you both currently doesn't have that you want to see, then also providing screenshots or a bit of a drawing of your idea, or that also helps the StackBlitz team to obviously understand better what you're trying to convey, and that will go a long way and will make things easier for them, which in turn means that they might be delivered faster. So again, simple things and logical things like that go a long way and help people who are working on the bold new product to make it even better. So yeah, I think I've covered what I wanted to cover in this session. So I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.